Welcome back. Did I tell y'all we got a golf cart? So if you're wondering what I'm doing, we're gonna go take this barrel down and turn it into a waterer. We gotta get some stuff out of the truck though. It's cold out today. Hi, welcome back. We are over here at the chickens. And if you remember, we built this little water system over here and it's worked pretty well, but the plastic nipples were leaking. So I've got stainless steel ones, and what we're gonna do is hopefully modify the system that we have in place using all the same stuff except swapping out the waterers. So they're a different size, so I had to get some paddle bits. So let's take it out and see what we can do. So this is the system that we built. And a couple of these have been leaking, so we're going to swap them out with something a little more sturdy. So these are almost exactly 3/4 of an inch. Now it's quite possible that these might actually thread into a 3/4 inch plumbing cap or part, but I already built this and I don't want to waste it. So I went to Walmart and for 10 bucks bought a set of paddle bits that go from like, I don't know, 1/8 all the way up to like 1 1/2. They're not high quality, but that's okay. I did a test hole on one of my barrels. I did this test hole right here, and it kind of, I mean, it threaded in, but it didn't leave any thread marks, so that made me think it was going to leak. So I modified my paddle bit. I took my grinding wheel and just knocked a little bit of the edge off and made it ever so slightly smaller than 3/4 of an inch. And then I put this one in, and that was a bear to get in. It's very hard to screw in, so I'm thinking it's going to work. If it doesn't work, I've brought some Teflon tape just in case. You might have to apply some downward pressure as you're essentially tapping or making threads as you go. Once you get it a few threads in, it should spin of its own volition and continue its own, or you could just break the glue that's supposed to dry. Look at that, I spun the whole part. I wonder if it's too cold to glue. Is that a thing? It's probably a thing. As is often the case, it's not working. Yeah, the self-tapping thing isn't working on the PVC. I'm not sure if it's just too hard or what. The PVC, I mean. So I seem to be getting good thread bite on like one side, but there always seems to be a hole or a smooth part somewhere that even the Teflon tape isn't fixing. So we're going to take this part, run it down to our local Ace, and see if it actually fits into a 3/4 threaded coupling. If it does, then we'll buy like 5 of those and we'll put it together. No big deal. Trial and error, folks. Trial and error. Very quickly running out of daylight, so you'll forgive me if I don't do a whole bunch of more camera angles and we just try and get this thing finished before we run out of time. So I went to Ace and I bought these tees. This is 3/4 inch, so it'll fit on the plumbing I already have. And then it's a threaded tee. Boop. Focus. Threaded tee. That this screws right into. So we're going to put a little Teflon tape on that and see what happens. I think I'm going to build the same system for the pigs. Hopefully they don't eat the plastic, but they might. Oh, one there. Did I mention it was cold? Oh, it's so cold I can't think. We're putting PVC together. That was purple cleaner that I was using. Put it in, give it a little twist. Make sure your glue goes all the way around. Just rub it on there like that, just like the purple cleaner. Stick it in, little twist, hold it for a sec, and that's it, you're secure. So you start it facing away and then just try and line it up. You really only have like 5 seconds to get it to line up. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's a waterer. You just don't want one pointing toward the sky. Now what I forgot in my haste at Aced is a cap. So I'm hoping I have something in the barn. So I'm gonna go take a look for that real quick. And I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Whew. It is cold. And it's cold when this is moving. Alright, so I'm running out of daylight. Don't care. Got work to do. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cram a bunch of plastic in the end here and then wrap it up and hope it works. Because I need to get this system up and running. Tomorrow I will go to Ace. And I might edit out the part where I forgot to do the right thing. Probably not though. That's the way it goes, man. This is the life. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna preemptively put some Teflon tape on these jokers. I had such hopes for today in this video. I was gonna show you about the pigs being off of the backup netting and just on the wire. They're doing a good job with it, but it was not to be. I still have to build another system for them. But the only thing that, I mean, well, not remembering the right part is frustrating, but what is also frustrating is I'm not sure if the little hoobie-dooby plastic rig I'm going to make is going to be sufficient to check the water pressure on this. So if all the water blows through my little plastic cap end, I won't know if my waterers are leaking or not. Well, that's okay. So, how are you? You had a good week? It's been busy. I can hear the birds going to bed behind me. There's a lot of evening birds out calling right now. I don't know if you hear them. In case any of you were wondering, moving to this state is a great idea. It's a beautiful state. There's lots of freedoms. The weather is amazing. There's a great community. If you haven't been to Urbana, you should check it out. Urbana's not the state, obviously, but cool little port town. It's very neat. We love it out here. If any of you are thinking about moving out this way, drop us a line. I'll give you the ins and outs of what I know. Which isn't much, but I'll give it to you. All right. I don't really care if this doesn't stop the leak completely back here or seal it completely. I just want to get an idea if these nipple waterers are going to leak to where they are. We'll do it up right tomorrow. The chickens, I've never been out here when they're all trying to go to bed. And you can hear them and they're fussing at each other over the different roost positions. Alright, so got it all rigged up. We're gonna go check and see, we're just gonna plug it in, turn the water on, see what happens. All right, here goes nothing. Turn the barrel on. Woo! All right, so my end's leaking down there, but that's okay. We knew that was gonna leak. You can see it filling full of water. But the nipple waterers are not leaking. Watch this. All you do is tap it and that water comes shooting out. I don't know why they said it wouldn't work for chickens. What I think I'm gonna do, guys, actually is angle it up a little bit so the water sort of treats that like a reservoir. So if they push down on it, some water will just hang out there. We have good pressure, it's not leaking. The bag's leaking. That's okay, we knew that was gonna happen. I might have a little drip here, but I think that's just the Teflon tape issue. So it looks like it works. So we're gonna turn it off because it's not gonna work with that dripping all over the place. And we will go get our end cap and put it on tomorrow when I have daylight. So stay tuned.
moving out some chickens and some pigs. So we got a dog kennel.
So the last few times we've done this, we've used these because the chicks were small enough, but they're pretty big now, so.
So yeah,
Move to the
we
dog
need a
kennel.
bigger space.
Okay, can we get them?
Hi guys. Wait.
You got it?
Stop struggling. Okay. You want to go for another round?
So these orbs are our straight run. There's roosters in here, we just don't know which ones, obviously. So we have done this before, mixing flocks, because we have such a wide open space and so much room for them to scatter, that it typically works out rather well for us. So you ready to grab them? We'll take them out one at a time.
I can't really reach the I'm struggling. They're like this. But, right there, this one's wrapping his. Hey, look. That one's wrapping his. This one, someone like Pick one to most gentle.
Yep. All right. Now we're gonna be out here for a little bit. So we gotta go get our pigs and move them out of their wire training area into the corral so that we can do the castration like we talked about. So we'll be able to see if our chickens are getting beat up on or not. But like I said, there's plenty of room, so they should have plenty of space to get away if needed. But other than some minor fluffing, looks good so far. Let's see what happens. All right, in your pen. In your kennel.
Can I go in?
Yeah, I know.
Can I go in?
Not yet. I need you to turn that off.
Sure.
So what we're gonna do is take the dog kennel, put it right here, and then you're gonna shoo the pigs into it, and then we're gonna take them out.
In there.
You wanna hold that there for me? You can come in.
I'm kind of veggie.
I
I
don't
don't
like it.
really like it if it's green. And they know what I think is funny? I don't really like the turnips very much. And that's not slop, right? Turnips aren't really slop, right?
No, they're not.
But they eat slop, which is more disgusting, right?
And it is.
It's disgusting is with the disgustingness. And they eat stuff that are not so disgusting. And then they eat the disgusting, disgusting. They put it right there.
I don't know if all 5 of them will fit in here. There you go. Just go to the right, around the corner, and just push them this way. Yep. Come on. Pig. Don't freak them out. Pig. Go on. Come on, pig. There you go. Can you grab them?
I tried once. Wait.
Keep coming.
Keep coming.
Next one.
That's okay.
Pig. I know. I'm sorry. Well, that worked.
Yeah. You know, these guys are really smart, you know why?
Why?
Their pen isn't as stinky as the chicken's one.
No.
That's because they only two rocks out. Right?
Yeah.
That's why they're really smart. One thing, how am I going to lift that?
So now what we need to do.
I
Alright, so look, come here. I'm gonna grab one, then you close the gate. Here. Just sit right here. Over here, around here. Because I gotta come out this way.
Whoa. These people are gonna butcher them. I think they think we're gonna butcher them.
Alright, let's grab one more.
There you go, go in.
They're very strong.
They got one. on a clean surface.
Alright, so they're here. They're in kennels, and the idea is, once we've finished les procédures, we can let them go right out into the wire. So now we need to move the box, the brain, so that this wire is hot, and then wait for the guy to get here. We're gonna stop filming now so you don't see anything you don't need to, and I will give you an update later this afternoon when it's over. Well, it's all done. The pigs have been reduced in their manliness, but actually it was a very quick process. They seem to dislike being picked up and carried around more than they did the actual process itself. But they are out here, they are on the wire, and they are happy. Look. They have about 7,000 square feet of area to romp around. And of course, as is always the case, I don't know if it's always the case, but it seems to be the case for us, we put them on the wire, and 2 of them walked right out. Didn't slow down at all. But they've gotten back in there since. And we made a few adjustments on the wire. And so far they seem good. So until next time, thanks for joining me. Dress the job you want. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, I hadn't really planned on doing that. That's why it's bonus footage. As you guys know, I love a good bonfire. I like fire in general. It's probably why I have the job I have. But after getting the pigs moved from their training pen into where they're going to fill out, getting them castrated, which is something we've never done before, having pigs on the wire is something we've never done before. It just felt like a really big accomplishment, and we've been kind of killing ourselves to get to this point. And so when I saw the dry sticks lying out here, I thought maybe it was just a good time for a fire. So sometimes you just got to take a moment and do something you actually, not that I don't enjoy the pigs and all that stuff, but just, there's just something about fire that's amazing. Something I really enjoy. So I appreciate you hanging out with me while the sun was going down and the flames were going up. I'm gonna hang out here for a couple more hours to make sure the fire burns down the way it's supposed to, and we'll take it from there. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. Thanks for staying tuned for the bonus footage. We'll see you next time. Dress for the job you want. See ya.